Shall I go live?
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Good evening. Warm welcome to all of you. We are on session 20 on our journey of systematic study of Gita. We are on chapter 3, Karma Yoga, Yoga of Action. Let's begin the class today. Agenda for today, we cover verses 11 to 17 with key learnings. Quiz, eagerly look forward to session. Then audience reflections of what did you learn from listening to these 7 verses. It's all your time. And then followed by Q&A. I start with offering obeisances to my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, and my Shiksha Guru, His Grace Gauravilas Prabhuji. I seek their blessings that we can have this session today where we will immersively discover Gita wisdom and also learn how to apply that in our lives through examples, stories, video clippings. Let's try to bring the Gita wisdom alive during the course of the next 45 minutes. The Goloka Express is chugging along very well. We are on chapter 3, understand the concept of Karma Yoga. The acronym for this chapter is TREE. What is TREE? TREE stands for T, Tyaga, renunciation. Tyaga is a Sanskrit word. So Arjuna starts this chapter with the doubts, and Krishna answers them in verses 3 and 4. R stands for rungs on yoga ladder. We have started this in the last class, where we finished 9th and 10th verse. We will take it forward and complete this section today. So you get to know about Karma Kanda, Karma Yoga, Gnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Each rung represents progressively higher levels of spiritual understanding. E stands for exemplary Karma Yogi, and the next E stands for enemy of the soul, which we will see in the subsequent classes. Where did we end the last class? We ended this with verse 3.10. Process of sacrifice, happiness by yajna. If I were to give you the essence as a summary, Sahayagya Praja Srishtva. What does it mean? Sacrifice was created along with creation. That is the importance of yajna sacrifice. That is Sahayagya Praja Srishtva. It was created by whom? Prajapati. He is the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Anena means sacrifice. Isa Vostva Istakamaduk. What is Istakamaduk? Istakamaduk is wish fulfilling cow. If you have heard the scriptures, it is called Kamadenu. The sacrifice is the wish fulfilling cow for the entire universe. By its performance, you will get everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation. Our prosperity is defined by yajna, sacrifice. That is the importance of sacrifice. Sacrifice, in a simple way to understand, is a way of saying thanks to the Supreme Lord. What is the learnings we can apply in our daily lives? We must express gratitude to nature and divinity. We must all uh, not allow, I have said this, don't let familiarity take the mystery out of nature. What does it mean? We all see things and take it for granted. What is the miracle here? From mere mud, when you put water and seeds, it will be transferred into food for all the 8.4 million species in this world. That is mysterious. That is fantastic. We must understand this is the mystery hidden in the divinity. Grass can be transformed to milk in the stomach of a cow. That is the mystery of divinity. So we must learn to be humble and say thanks every day by offering sacrifice. Let's see what are the sacrifices for our times going forward. So we start or we continue this second lesson, rungs on the yoga ladder. Let's go to, and now I have mentioned this or covered this slide in the last class. We will do that again, where we will understand either you can take the steps and go up the ladder, or you can take the elevator and reach faster. Common starting point in both the yoga ladders are animal life, where we are nothing but animals. We have no spiritual inclination, no spiritual knowledge, no spiritual awareness. From that stage, we go up. We go to Karma Kanda. We perform duties. We try to regulate our sense gratification. From there, we graduate to Sakama Karma Yoga. We have selfish desires, but we still engage in the path of yoga. From there, the mature next stage is Nishkama Karma Yoga, where we try to curb our selfish desires. Gnana Yoga, no work. We are happy in meditating on the Supreme Lord. Is it easy? No. It comes from deep training. Ashtanga Yoga, the eight limbs of yoga, which will take you on the path of understanding the Supreme Lord. And then comes Bhakti Yoga, where you just love and surrender. To reach this, you'll have to go through so many steps. Now, Krishna says there is also an express elevator. Animal life remains the same. But what is the express? What gives you acceleration, velocity is you can start gaining speed towards understanding the Supreme Lord by surrender and association of pure duties, the devotees. What are we doing today? We all come together. We are in a group of association of devotees. And what are we doing? We are trying to understand the wisdom of Gita. This sets us on the path of sadhana bhakti. That develops, matures to Bhava Bhakti. Bhava Bhakti is what Krishna wants. How do you desire to love me? It should be selfless, like a child loves its mother and its parents. That is the ultimate stage, Prema Bhakti, where I'm in Vrindavan as I'm taking this class. This is the land of Lord where people worship Krishna not as a supreme Lord, but as Thakurji. They have a loving relationship with the Lord. But are we at that stage? We are not at that stage. If you are a Vrajvasi, then Prema Bhakti comes to you inborn, inbuilt. So this is what we should keep in mind. And now, this next session, the next 7 verses are going to tell us how we can climb this yoga ladder. So this is how the yoga ladder looks today. So we have covered this 13.9 and 10 in the last class. Work for Krishna, avoid bondage. Happiness by Yajna. 13.11 talks about mutual cooperation with Devatas, Devi and Devata, who are also called demigods. Verse 13.12, enjoyment without sacrifice is theft. And who is saying this? Krishna. Verse 13.13, sanctified food, prasad. What is prasad? Prabhu ka sakshat darshan. It purifies us. The entire verse is devoted to telling us the importance of offering it as sacrifice to the Lord. Then, in the next 2 verses, we go through cycle of sacrifice for prosperity. It is so fundamental for living in this world. Verse 13.16 says, if you have a life without sacrifice, then you are leading a sinful life. That life is in vain. Then 13.17, we start exemplary karma yogi need not work because he is already, he has attained that stage of sthita pragya. Let us see the details as we go forward. So, what is the journey in the 7 verses and the 2 verses we covered the last class? From Karma Kanda, we are moving to Karma Yoga. If we can move away from Sakama Karma Yoga to Nishkama Karma Yoga, from selfishness to selflessness, that is evolution on the path of spiritual journey. First verse of the day. Devan bhavayatanena tadeva bhavayantu te deva bhavayantu va parasparam bhavayantaha shreya param avapshyata. The moment you see shreya, we are talking about prosperity, long-term prosperity. What is that we need to do? Krishna says there has to be cooperation between men and demigods. I will not read the translation now. I will read it in the next slide after we go through the explanation. Devan bhavyata anenam. Krishna is talking about the principle of exchange. Devan bhavyata anena. Anena was used in the previous verse too, where it said, Anena prasavishyatvam. Bhavayata means devatas become satisfied by the practice of yajna, by the practice of sacrifice. Te deva bhavayantu va. We satisfy the devatas and the devatas will satisfy us. So this is a system of cosmic cooperation. Parasparam bhavayantaha. In this way, we will satisfy each other. Shreya param avapsyata. Shreya param means prosperity will reign for all of us. Prabhupada says performance of yajna is like paying tax to the government. The government, in turn, will fulfill all our needs. That is the example we should remember in terms of how this cosmic cooperation works between us and the Devatas. Let us look at this flow diagram. Now, Krishna is the Supreme Lord. There's only one relationship with the Lord, and that is vertical. Everything emanates from him. So he has appointed empowered administrators who are Devi, Devatas, demigods. Who are they? All of them to whom we offer our prayers. Could be Ganesha, Subramanya, Ayyappa, Vaishno Devi, you name them. There are 33 crore Devi Devatas. All of them are empowered administrators of Sri Krishna. They are there to carry on a particular task. What do they do? When we offer worship, when we offer sacrifice, they provide us necessities of life. Air, water, light, fire, food, everything comes from the devatas or the demigods. So now this is the equation. If we offer yajnas, if we offer sacrifice, the Devi Devatas are pleased. If you do not offer yajna, sacrifice, there will be displeasure. Now, when we offer this sacrifice and yajna to the demigods, who is the ultimate benefactor? It is Krishna, Yajna Pati, because he is the supreme lord of all sacrifices too. This is a simple equation that this verse is telling us. If we are able to follow this advice of Krishna, we will be blessed with plenty of supplies. There will be no scarcity, there will be no flood, there will be no storm, there will be no famine. Everything will run smoothly. Now, with this, let's understand the translation. The demigods, being pleased with sacrifice, will also please you. And thus, by cooperation between men and demigods, prosperity will reign for all. This is how the prosperous world looks like. If we do our fundamental duty of offering sacrifice to the Devi and Devatas, the whole world will be blessed with prosperity. Srila Prabhupada quotes from Chandogya Upanishad. The verse says, Ahara Shuddha Sattva Shuddhi Sattva Shuddha Dhruva Sruti Sruti Lambe Sarva Grantinam Vipramokshaha. The translation is that's what we should focus and listen carefully. By performance of yajna, one's eatables become sanctified. By eating prasad, Prabhu ka sakshat darshan, that is prasad, one's existence becomes purified. By this finer tissues, just see the interlinkage, in the memory become sanctified. How can we become pure? Prabhupada is explaining through this verse. By this, we start remembering Krishna, our spiritual reality. We become detached, sarva grantinam, from all material attachments, vipramokshaha, we become liberated from them. That is the importance of sacrifice. What is the learnings we can apply in our daily lives? Selflessly perform our duties as a sacrificial offering. As we go forward, we will see what are the different types of yajnas. Sankirta yajna is what has been recommended for us in Kali Yuga. Just chant the name of the Lord and we will be offering sacrifice to the demigods, creating mutual prosperity and harmony for all. So we do sacrifice, we get prosperity in return. We go to the next verse. Before we go into the next verse, the whole essence here is trying to understand the Gita wisdom. Let's start with the story. So you all can see this beautiful forest in a palace, the palace in a dense forest. And there are a bunch of tourists who get, no, they lose their way in the forest and they're really searching desperately for some place to stay. They are hungry and they discover this palace. And to their surprise, there is nobody in the palace, nobody to stop them. To their further surprise, they go inside, they find full of food items. And they look around, they think that, oh, is there someone to stop us? Nobody's there to stop them. So they have their hearts filled. They eat, they rest, and they're having a jolly good time. And nobody for a minute stops and thinks, who has built this palace? Has it come by chance? It's difficult to believe. And not only a palace, that palace is equipped with all the necessities of life. So someone should have been smart to think that this is not possible by accident. This was possible only by design. But nobody has the time to inquire. Everyone is selfish. I was hungry. I am tired. I have found my no the solution that I was praying for. Now, then suddenly the owner of the palace appears in front and says, "Oh, dear gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed yourself, and now this is the bill for whatever you have consumed." The people act surprised. They say, how is it possible? When we came inside, there was nobody here. So we don't know the prices. Now, how can you charge us for what we have consumed? Now, the question we have to reflect is, whose fault is this? You entered the house without the permission. After entering the house, you have eaten everything that was available free of cost. You are not even bothered to thank the person who created all that for you, even though you have not met him. At least that sense of gratitude should have been there. But no, there's no sense of gratitude, no thinking that I should have sought their permission, and they don't even acknowledge his presence when he comes and says, here is my bill. Krishna is pointing out this in the next verse. Keep this example in mind. Then we will understand this verse very well. Istan bhogan hi wo deva dasyante yagna bhavitaha Tair dattan apradayabhyo yo bhunte stena evasa. Stena is the key word here. That is showing that you are a thief. You are not doing the right thing because you have forgotten to thank the provider of all the goods that you wish for in this world. Yajna to show respect to demigods. If you don't perform that, then you are the thief. I will not read the translation here. I will read the translation along with the explanation. Istan Bogan He Wo Deva. Whatever you need, Istha. Istha is desire. Whatever you need, whatever you desire, whatever you wish, whatever is dear to us, oh Devatas, Dasyante, they will provide. Yajna Bhavitaha. Being satisfied by your sacrifice. Tair Dattan means all that things that we have been aspiring for, what we need to live in this world, eatables, food items, fruits, vegetables, milk, sugar, heat, light, water, air, everything. Apradhayabhyo. If you do not offer them back as sacrifice, if you do not say thanks for all that you have received through any of the Panch Mahayagya or Sankirtana Yajna, then we become thieves. Yo bhunte stena eva sa. Stena is a very powerful word. It means thief. It means one who steals. So Krishna says, if you do not thank the devatas who are providing you with all the necessities, then you are a thief. Exactly what happened in the story that we heard. He entered the palace, enjoyed everything, but forgot to thank them. This verse is a continuation of the last verse. So I'll not go through this. Krishna is the Lord. He has empowered administrators. They provide us with necessities of life. If you provide it well, they are pleased. If you don't do it well, they are displeased. And Krishna is the Supreme Lord. By doing our job well, by saying thanks, by expressing gratitude, the world will be a prosperous place to live in. This is till now the same. The only line which is additional in this verse is Yo phungte stena eva sa. Who enjoys without offering to demigods is a thief. So we should understand that we have a fundamental duty to perform along with our fundamental right to enjoy. And Krishna is reminding us through Arjuna, please do not forget to offer your sacrifices to the Devi and Devatas as demigods. Translation: in charge of various necessities of life, empowered administrators, the demigods. Who are the demigods? Devatas and Devi. Being satisfied by the performance of yajna, that is sacrifice, will supply all necessities to you. But he who enjoys such gifts without offering them to demigods in return is certainly a thief. So this is what we should keep in mind that, well, I must offer my gratitude to the Devis and Devatas because that is my fundamental duty. Why? Because they have blessed me with everything that I have. Till going forward, we will even see it's not just about the facilities to live. Even our entire being is a blessing of the Lord. So, what are the different types of yajna? For all of us who may be wondering, Krishna says there are five Panch Mahayajnas. You could pray to the Lord, the Devatas, Deva Yajna. You can pray to Rishis. You can pray to Pitrus, our ancestors. You can pray to the guests, Atiti Devo Bhava, Bhuta, the ghosts who have not found a body, even they can be worshipped. These are the Panch Mahayajnas. But for us, what is simple, what we can do, you don't need any Panditji, you don't need to have anything preparation for the puja, just have to sing the Lord's name, Sankirtan Yajna. That is for Kali Yuga. If we can't do this also, then it reflects very poorly on us. Going to the next verse. यज्ञशिष्टासिन सन्तो मुच्यन्ते सर्वकिल्बिषैः भूञ्जते ते त्वा अगम पापा ये पच्यन्ति आत्मकरानात् करानात्. One of the more frequently quoted verses from Bhagavad-Gita. This is the verse which says, offer food to the Lord before eating. An honest question to all of us, how many of us are doing it? How many of us are aware of it? How many of us, after being aware of it, want to do it? It doesn't take anything. Whatever we eat, the only thing that Krishna is saying, offer it to the Lord before you eat. That's it. Keep it in front of the Lord for 2 minutes and then you enjoy the feast. That is the essence of this verse. Now, this is the cooperation between terrestrial living beings and the celestial Devi Devatas. That is the cooperation model that Krishna is trying to tell us. Now, this is not something very new to us. We have a government, we pay all our taxes. And why? Because they provide us all the facilities. So we live in this universe created by the Supreme Lord. We are under a universal government. 33 Devi Devata, 33 crore Devi Devatas are there to look after all our needs and ensure a prosperous life. And our tax to them is through sacrifice. What is the tax we have to pay? Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Sankirtan Mahayajna. That is what we can do to express our gratitude to the Lord. Eating food offered in sacrifice is prasad. And what is prasad? All of us will try to remember this, by heart this. Prabhu ka sakshat darshan. Prasada. What is the translation? The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Devotees of the Lord. That is how we are saying thanks. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sin. Atma Karana means you're only eating sin. Now, it can't be more simple, it can't be more easier to understand what Krishna is saying. Let's look at the diagram to make it even more clearer. Yagnasistasina Santo. The saintly person, Santo means saintly persons. Asina means to eat. Yagnisistasana. After offering it to the Lord, if you eat, who will do that? All the devotees do that. Devotees offer food to the Lord. That is Yagyasistasina Santo. That food now becomes prasad. Muchyante sarva kilvisaihi. Once we do this, we are freed from all sinful reactions. Bhunjate te agam papa. All our sins will be wiped clean by providing, by proving, by doing yajna sacrifice. It could now, other than the Panch Mahayajna, other than the Sankirtana yajna, there are some more options available for us. Shravanam, think of the Lord, sing about the Lord, Kirtanam, Archanam, worship the Lord, Smaranam, remember the Lord. All these are ways of saying thanks to the Lord, offering sacrifice to the Lord. What does this do? What do we gain by being today here in the class listening to Gita wisdom? It helps us gain pious association. And what does that do? It helps us connect with the Lord with love. We realize how much caring is the Lord. He has given us such simple rules to follow by which we can be prosperous in this world. Bhunjate te agam papa, ye pachanti atma karana. What does the meaning? Looks very complicated Sanskrit. Simple to understand. If you are a non-devotee, anyone who does not offer food to the Lord is a non-devotee. And we're not talking about anything else. A simple example. Prepare food for only self-enjoyment. That is, I cook food, but I forget to offer it to the Lord. Then I am a non-devotee. I'm not doing my duty. Then what is my status? I am a thief. And what am I eating? Only sin. And will I be ever happy? We'll never be happy. This is the essence of this verse. What is Govardhan Puja? I'm just picking this up. This is the way to express gratitude to nature and divinity. So this is performed on the fourth day of Diwali, and it is a big function in Vraj, in Vrindavan, and it is done across many cities today. What is Thanksgiving festival in US, which they are right now celebrating? It's also saying thanks to Mother Nature. That is what we should be doing. It's a lovely poem by Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, who says, those who honor what sacrifice bestows are freed from sin and all its woes. But those who cook for selfish delight consume only sin with every bite. But those who cook for selfish delight consume only sin with every bite. It is the translation of what is the essence in poetic form. What is the learning? We are saying, oh Krishna, let food remind me of your love for me. Now, there are 16 other ways, which is shown in this video, which helps us to think of him on a daily basis. Let's go through if it plays. Let us see.
औषधे चिन्तयेद् विष्णुम् भोजने च जनार्दनम् शयने पद्मनाभम् च विवाहे च प्रजापतिम् युद्धे चक्रधरम् देवम् प्रवासे च त्रिविक्रमम् नारायणम् तनुत्यागे श्रीधरम् प्रियसङ्गमे दुःस्वप्ने स्मर गोविन्दम् सङ्कटे मधुसूदनम् आनने नारसिंहम् च पावके जलशायिनम् जलमध्ये वराहम् च पर्वते रघुनन्दनम् गमने वामनम् चैव सर्वकार्येषु माधवम् षोडशैतानि नामानि प्रातरुत्थाय यः पठेत् सर्वपापविनिर्मुक्तो विष्णुलोके महीयते सर्वपापविनिर्मुक्तो विष्णुलोके महीयते.
These are the 16 names of the Lord that will help us remember him throughout the day. If you can start the day by chanting the 16 names, Krishna says, you will come back to me. That's how easy it is to remember Lord in our lives. It is the sacrifice we have to offer the Lord. Let's go to the next one. Another beautiful verse. Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhavah yagnad bhavati parjanyo yajna karma samudbhavah. What is the essence of this verse. Devotees get freed from all sins. So what we studied in the last verse, that is being uh, expanded, reinforced in this way verse. I'll read the translation after we go through the explanation. Annad bhavanti bhutani. What is the essence? What is the line meaning? All living entities subsist on grains. We need food to live. And this picture very clearly shows us for our existence, we need grains. And where does the grains come from? Parjanyad anna sambhavaha. The grains come from the rains. It's so beautifully rhyming too. The grains come from the rains. And this is without rains, we do not get grains. Yagyad bhavati parjanyo. The rains come from yajna. So Krishna is very clearly linking the two. They say, if you do your job, then the devatas will reciprocate. So if we perform our sacrifice, various forms of sacrifice we have understood, we will get grains. Thanks to grains, grains are produced, and thanks to grains, we are prosperous. Yajna karma samudbhavaha. Yajna comes from karma. Now, this is another wonderful thing. All that we know, the word yajna looks exotic, but it's very easy. It is thanksgiving. It is saying thanks, gratitude, and our yajna is our karma. As simple as that. It's not that we have to invent something to please the Lord. And in this place, he is doing his job, and that job is nothing but his sacrifice of offering to the Supreme Lord. This is what this line says. Yajna karma samudbhavaha. Yajna comes from karma. We could be anyone. You could be a corporate officer, you could be a doctor, you could be a soldier, you could be a commander, whatever. Vaishya, just offer your work as sacrifice to the Lord. Do your work with due diligence. Do not adopt shortcuts. Because if you what you sow, so you reap. If you're able to do that, yajna karma samudbhavaha, we have fulfilled the Krishna's word of advice to Arjuna. Please offer sacrifice for your continued blessed prosperity in this world. What is the translation? All living bodies subsist on food grains, which are produced from rains. Rains are produced by performance of yajna, sacrifice, and yajna is born of prescribed duties. This is the essence of this verse. What is the learning we can apply? I mentioned to you, it's not just about the necessities for us to live. This video gives you an example of even further.
हमारे घर में टीवी है, फ्रिज है, फैन है, बहुत सारे साधन है, मिक्सर है, ट्यूबलाइट है, बल्ब है। पर एक बात बताओ, ये तो सारे साधन हमारे, इसका बिल हम गवर्नमेंट को क्यों देते हैं? क्योंकि वो हमको इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रोवाइड करती है, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट हमको पावर देती है, पावर से ये सारे साधन चलते हैं, इसलिए हम उनको बिल देते हैं, महीने के 8, 10, 2000 जो भी है देते हैं। ऐसे ही ये आंखें, ये शरीर, ये हाथ, ये पैर, ये कान, ये सब हमारा है, पर इसमें इन अंगों को चलाने की शक्ति वो पावर ऊपर वाला दे रहा है। सोचो, गवर्नमेंट को तो हर महीने बिल देते हो, सरकार को हर महीने बिल देते हो, ऊपर वाली सरकार को हम क्या देते हैं? जिसने हमको इस शरीर को चलाने की ताकत और शक्ति दी, उसको क्या देते हैं? उसको क्या बिल देंगे? उसको बिल मत दो, उसको दिल दो, मेरे गोविंद को दिल दो, बस उसका भजन ही कर लो। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। वो ठाकुर बहुत खुश होगा।
What a powerful line to remember. Dil mat do, dil do. Krishna will be happy. That is what is the expectation from us. So Gita is now telling us what is the Gita wisdom? Simple steps, not something which is like you go to the forest. No, you are in the midst of wild animals trying to pray to the Lord. No, Krishna says you don't do all that. Just bil mat do, dil do. Pray to me with your sincere love. Let's go to the next verse. Beautiful verse again. Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi brahmakshara samudbhavam tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajna pratishthitam. Now, we should understand karma brahmodbhavam vidhi. This vidhi is coming to us from Vedas. As we see, we will go forward, we'll understand. And that Vedas are nothing but coming from the breath of the Supreme Lord. And we have four Vedas, Trug Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda. This is what Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says. So, this karma, what karma we should do is also prescribed by the Lord. So we should not be thinking that, oh, well, I know I must offer sacrifice, but I really don't know what sacrifice to do. Krishna is telling, your work is your sacrifice. Let's see the translation. Now, this is the verse where the cycle of sacrifice begins. And what does the cycle of sacrifice assure you? It brings prosperity. A big translation, but very easy to understand. Regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas, so we don't really have to look far and wide. Karma Brahmodbhavam Vidhi. What karma should be done is explained by the Vedas. And the Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As I mentioned, the breath of the Supreme Lord comes before Vedas. Brahmakshara Samudbhavam. Brahma Akshara. Akshara is the Supreme Lord. He is omnipotent, omniscient. Tasmat Sarvagatam Brahma. Consequently, the all-pervading transcendence, Tasmat Sarvagatam Brahma, is eternally situated in the acts of sacrifice. We don't have to search the Lord anywhere. If we keep doing our karma, He is present in that because He is accepting our sacrifice. Nityam Yajna Pratishtitam. We are offering sacrifice every day by working, doing our work, what has been allotted to us. Whatever we have chosen as our profession, we essentially how do we understand this? So we are as living beings. So we are looking at directions as to how we follow Gita, how we adopt Gita. Now, Yajna Karma Samudbhava, that is what we learned in the verse 14. So the question is, where does we know Yajna comes from karma, but where does karma come from? Now Krishna is answering that in this verse. He says, "O Arjuna, understand Yajna Karma Samudbhava. If this is the line, answer to that line is Karma Brahmodbhavam Vidhi. Karma is prescribed in the Vedas. Just follow the Vedas. All the prescribed actions, your karmas are as per the Vedas, and it is for us to follow. That is your sacrifice. Tasma Sarvagatam Brahma Nityam Yajna Pratishtitam. The Brahma is present in the sacrifice that you are offering to the Lord. What happens because of sacrifice? This is where the cycle of sacrifice starts. We have seen this. It brings rains, it brings grains, and based on that, we living entities, Bhutani, survive. And both the Vedas and the living entities are linked to the Supreme Lord. He is Brahma, Brahmakshara Samudbhavam. We are emanating from the Lord. Through him are the demigods who are here to offer us all the things that we need for our life. This is the cycle of sacrifice. This is the view of peaceful coexistence. Only if we do our duty, then the Lord says, I will be blessing you with all the prosperity that you need to live in this world successfully. Now, before we go to this verse 16, I am trying to make it more easy. You have to bring the essence of the verse alive in the class. That is the effort. One cannot live happily without sacrifice. I am borrowing this verse from the next chapter, but it has got great relevance. What Krishna says here, he says, O best of the Kuru dynasty, without sacrifice, one can never live happily on this planet or in this life. What then of the next life? That is the importance of sacrifice. If we were to compare it to, it's like our breathing. Can anyone live without breathing? No way. Similarly, we cannot live without sacrifice. We cannot live without doing our karma. Let's go through the verse. Evam pravartitam chakram na anuvartayati ya aghayur indriyaramo mokam partha jivati. This verse is now speaking about the sin involved in not performing the sacrifice. And Srila Prabhupada has very strongly condemned this philosophy. He calls it the mammonist philosophy. Work very hard and enjoy sense gratification. You have but one life. This is a foolish notion, simplistic assumption based on ignorance. This is not based on any scriptures. The yajna system is planned in a way of mutual exchange, mutual cooperation. We have desires and we offer our karma to the Lord, and through that, He satisfies our desires, and we can live in this world without any bandhana, without any entanglement. So, and here there is also another essential learning. The success, the prosperity, the wealth in this world is not only due to our efforts. He is trying to emphasize that there is someone above you who is going to bless you with all that you need. Only then you can have a prosperous living that is possible in this world. So I will, what is the, I will go through the translation as we go through the explanation. What is the learning? If pleasure is the purpose of life, then life is purposeless. So Srila Prabhupada very clearly says, do not believe in this, work very hard and enjoy sense gratification. You have but one life. That is fallacy. That is foolishness. You are here to work for pleasing the Lord and not for your self-satisfaction. That is the essence of Gita. If someone were to ask us, what did you learn in Gita? You should say that I have learned that I can please the Lord by offering my karma to Him, by offering my work to Him as yajna. Essence of the verse again in poetic form, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu is outstanding. Let's read the verse. Those who break this sacred chain, living only for instant pleasure and selfish gain, lost in petty desires, their purpose fades. Living in vain, their destiny degrades. You can't have it more strongly expressed than this. If you break this chain, your achievement is your destiny degrades. You have ruined your purpose of life in this world. Let's go through the explanation. Evam pravartitam chakram. That is the cycle of sacrifice we learned in the last verse. Na anuvartayati ya agayur indriyaramo. Anuvartayati means that which is followed. Na anuvartayati means that which is not followed. If you do not follow evam pravartitam chakram, what happens? You are going to lead a life of sin because you're only focusing on indriya aramo. You're after sense gratification. That is a life of sin. Aghayur means sin. Indriya aramo means you're only after pleasures in life. If this is what you are going to do, Aga, your life is full of sin. And Mokha Partha Sajivati. Your life is in vain. You have not understood the purpose of being born in this world as a human. You're wasting your life. Translation. My dear Arjuna, one who does not follow Yana Anuvartayati in human life, the cycle of sacrifice, evam pravartitam chakram, thus established by the Vedas, certainly leads to a life full of sin, adhayu. Living only for the satisfaction of the senses, indriyaramo, such a person lives in vain. Mogham partha sajivati. That is the translation. What is the learning we can apply in our day-to-day lives? If pleasure is the purpose of life, then life is purposeless. We have lost the game even before we start. We should try to understand pleasure is for the Lord, and we are here to serve. If we are only able to understand this relationship, then we can progress smoothly from Karma Kanda to Karma Yoga, from Karma Yoga to Bhakti Yoga, Bhava Yoga, Prema Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. All these become possible. All the doors can open if you understand the pleasure is for the Lord, and our purpose is to serve the Lord. Now we start the next lesson from 3, which is exemplary Karma Yogi. This is the last verse of the day. The essence of the next 17 verses, 18 verses are, if you have achieved perfection, it doesn't mean you stop doing your work. You must continue working in the world for the sole purpose of setting an example for others. So we may all see we are in a stage of life where we are not able to achieve perfection. But Krishna says, even if you achieve perfection, now all these great beings that we have seen amidst us, Shankaracharya, Srila Prabhupada, Ramanujacharya, you name the big saints, they're all perfected spiritualists. But have they stopped working? Have they said, oh, well, I know everything about what is there to be known, so I don't have to do anything. I'll get up, pray, go to sleep. No, they do more work than any of us because they are perfected spiritualists and they know we are here for a purpose, and that is to rescue all the others who are not aware of this knowledge. Again, before I go into the verse, I want to start with a small story. And the title of the story is, you can read it as The Contented Monk. Even though I have shown it as The Content Monk. What's the story? There was once a humble monk, sage, who owned nothing but a small begging bowl. He used to spend his entire day in meditation. He was peaceful and he was not worried what food he could get in his bowl in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the night. If he gets, he eats. If he doesn't get, he doesn't eat. Both are perfectly normal for him. One day, the thief thought, what will happen if I steal this begging bowl? Then this monk will not have anything to get food. Let's see what happens. So they steal that begging bowl. And then the day passes into night. So since there is no bowl, he gets no food. But what happens to the monk? The monk is undisturbed. He is as happy as he was when he had the begging bowl. When he wakes up, he opens his eyes, sees around. The neighbors who are there, they said, oh dear monk, we are completely lost. We are surprised. Now you only had one position in this world, and that was this begging bowl. And someone has stolen that bowl. Are you not worried? How are you going to get your food tomorrow? The monk says, oh, well, if I had that bowl, I used to get food, I used to eat that food. I don't have the bowl, I will not get food, so I will not eat food. How I will survive is left to the Lord. It is in His hands, it is not in mine. So the contention is the content with Himself is within. His faith in the Lord is supreme. He says, if I am supposed to get food tomorrow, if this bowl is gone, something else will come. What is that? I don't know. Will I be worried? I am not worried. That is the essence of being contented. However, this is very easy to hear. This is a story, looks fantastic, but just imagine what should be the stage of evolution. He is so contented because he has immense faith in the Supreme Lord. And that is what we should take the learning and say that if they can do so much, let's at least start by doing something little, something better than what we did yesterday. Let's go to the verse. Yastva atmaratir eva syad atmatruptascha manavah atmani eva cha santustaha tasya karyam na vidyate. Let's go to the translation. A self-realized person has no duty. When I say this now, just remember the story. He is self-realized and he has no duty. Translation. But for one who takes pleasure, Atmaratir, in the self, whose human life, Manavaha, is one who self-realization. And who is satisfied in the self only, Atmatrupthas, fully satiated. Atmani evacha santustas. For him, there is no duty. Tasya karyam na vidyate. So, this is a verse where Krishna is very clearly telling Arjuna, you must understand that which Kama Karma Yoga is selfless. There is no expectation. It is like a child. The child will think of his mother only when it wants milk. After that, it is busy playing. It doesn't really matter to the child whether it is morning, afternoon, evening. Only when it is hungry, it will remember, oh, mother, please give me milk and cry. If not, it is happy playing. We should also try to adopt. We are all children. We all are born same. There's nothing. This is universal. Everyone as a child has gone through this where you love selflessly. But that love becomes lust as we become bigger and bigger, as we grow in age. And that's what we should try to control, curb, and develop new talent within us. That is remembering the child within us. Let's go to the verse. Explanation. Very simple verse. Yes, to Atmaratir. He is using Atma three times. Atmaratir eva syad. That is pleasure in the self. Atmatrupchascha manava. He is self-illuminated, satisfied internally. Remember the monk in the story. With the bowl, without the bowl, he is not worried. He is self-illuminated. He knows if I have to live, I will get my food tomorrow. Who will arrange for the food? It is the Supreme Lord. What I need to do? Continue praying. Atmani evacha santustas. Delights within is perfectly satiated. He is not insecure. He is not fearful. What will happen if I don't get food tomorrow? If I were to get food, where will it be given to me? Because I don't have the bowl. All this is not his concern. He says, I am born in this world, then I will be looked after in this world. Who will be doing that? It will be the Supreme Lord. Kasya karyana vidyate. Then he has no duty to perform. His only duty is to offer prayers, deeply meditate on the Supreme Lord 24 hours of the day. That is why Krishna says, for such people, there is no duty to perform. But are we in that stage? We are a long way off. What are the learnings we can apply in our day-to-day lives? The life of pleasure you should decide, or the pleasure of life. If you are after the life of pleasure, then you'll have to chase. You need a bigger car, you need a bigger job, you need a bigger salary, and you keep chasing things endlessly. Or you need the pleasure of life. What is the pleasure of life? I'm happy with what I have. I don't need anything more which I don't have. If you're able to understand this and apply this, that is Gita wisdom for our day-to-day lives. With that, I have completed the 7 verses for the day. Now the session is open to all of you. We start the quiz. Prabhuji, request your help to see who raises their hands.
Yes, Prabhu, at your service.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Here we go. The first question. According to Gita 3.11, what is the reason that all beings are born in this world? Simple question, isn't it? And the answer is also simple. For pleasure and enjoyment. Because of their past sins. To participate in cycle of sacrifice. That is yajna. To gain wealth. Now, think. What is the purpose? I see Ramesh raising his hand first. Krishna Mohan Das, number 2. Anyone else? If no one is there, I'll give it to Ramesh. Prabhuji,
Yes,
I will
Prabhu.
take you next time. Hare Krishna, Ramesh, over to you.
Hare Krishna, Shyama. Answer is C, to participate in the cycle of sacrifice. Yajna.
Are you sure?
Yes, I think so.
लॉक किया जाए.
Yes, sir.
Think hard. You have only one chance. The correct final answer, let's see if it is right or wrong. The correct answer is C. Well done, Ramesha. You get 50 brownie points. Well done. Over to the next question. In the context of karma yajna, what happens when people do not perform yajna according to Gita 3.12? Understand the question? What happens when people do not perform yajna? The choices are, they gain instant spiritual liberation. The world suffers and beings become corrupt. They become physically stronger. Nothing happens. Srinidhi, I see you raising your hands. Saptadeep follows. So Saptadeep, you'll have to wait. I'll grant it to Srinidhi this time. Over to you, Srinidhi.
Prabhuji, option B. The world suffers and beings become corrupt.
You're very sure.
Yes, Prabhuji.
If you are sure, I'm going to lock and let's see what's the right answer. The correct answer is B. Well done. You have scored 50 brownie points. Excellent. So today we have very strong opening. Both Ramesh and Srinidhi have started with the bang. Well done. Question number 3. According to Gita 33.13, what is said about those in the cycle of sacrifice and those who eat the remnants? Simply, if you offer food to the Lord and consume it, what is that? Defined as in verse 3.13. Both are equally blessed. Both are bound by the cycle of birth and death. The sacrifice purifies, and the remnants nourish all living beings. Srinidhi has already raised her hands. The remnants cause harm to living beings. Easy question, easy answer. Ramesh. Now, Srinidhi has the Saptadeep has also raised his hand. So I know Srinidhi and Ramesh both came in first and second, but I'll grant it to Saptadeep. Prabhuji, are you aligned?
Yes, Prabhu.
He's
I
okay.
think we
Go
can
ahead.
give a chance
Oh,
to somebody.
perfect. Saptadeep, go ahead. Are you on mute?
What is it? No, I think it's okay. Hare Krishna. Dhanavad.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. What is it?
What is the answer?
Yeah, Prabhuji, I'm telling.
Okay. Take your time.
It's option A and C. Prabhuji.
A and C.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, Prabhuji. I'll take my chances.
Let's see. The correct answer is only C.
Okay.
Sacrifice purifies, and the remnants nourish all living beings. If you don't offer it, then it becomes sin. So hard luck, Saptadeep, you lose 50 points. Better luck next time.
Okay. Okay.
Let's go to the next
Hare
question.
Krishna.
What does Gita 3.15 say about those who abandon yajna, who forget to do yajna, like most of us do, and work for selfish desires? They are wise and enlightened. Ramesh is so confident he has kept his hand up even before I go through the answers. I'm very happy. Or, oh no, he's removed his hand now. They achieve eternal peace. They live in darkness and ignorance. They are praised by the wise. I see Saptadeep, I see Srinidhi. Now I will give it to Krishna Mohan Das this time because he had tried earlier too. Saptadeep, you'll have to wait for the next question. Over to you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji Dhanapana. Prabhuji, answer
Hare
is
Krishna.
C. They live in darkness and ignorance.
Ignorance. Are you very sure?
Yes, Prabhuji.
लॉक किया जाए.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Done. The correct answer is C. They live in darkness and ignorance. Well done. Excellent. So now, Saptadeep, you have one more question to go to catch up for the day. I'm egging you on. Let's see how it is. In verse 3.17, what is the attitude towards those who do their duty without attachment to the results? First choice, they are wicked and selfish. They are happy and free from bondage. They face many obstacles. They lose respect in society. I see Srinidhi, I see Krishna Mohandas, I see Anusha. So now, Prabhuji, what do? We have Saptadeep also raising his hands and Anusha who is early, just a second earlier to him.
You take a call, Prabhu.
Okay. Saptadeep, you will have to hang on for the next time because I will encourage Anusha because she raised her hands
Okay.
before you. Over to you, Anusha.
B.
Sure. You want to come on the camera?
Yes, Prabhu.
You're sure? Lock kiya jaye?
I think it's B. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. The correct answer is B. Well done. So you also have done excellently well for yourself. So
Hare
a
Krishna.
very, very competitive round. Saptadeep, better luck next time.
Yes, okay.
Try and make it up
Yes.
by going first for the next time. Okay?
Okay.
Thank
What
you
is
very much
important?
for a
What is
wonderful
important is
participation.
participating and trying more than
Yeah.
Exactly.
getting right or wrong. It's important to have the spirit to try, and it's important to have the spirit to make an attempt in front of all, which means
Mm.
there is a lot of commitment to these sessions. Very
Yeah.
good.
You have heard. Yes. So don't worry too much
Just
about
we
the
try
marks.
to
It is about,
become, we learn to try to become equipoised. Means to
yes,
not to be too much
accepting.
happy, not to be too distressed. Yeah.
Perfect. Well said.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you all. So now I open the floor to all of you. Please feel free to share what reflections, what learning you could take home after listening to these 7 verses. We have more than 11 minutes, so if each of you can take 2 minutes, we can have 3 or 4 participants easily. There goes Trinity. Welcome. Come. Anusha is next.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dhanapana, my obeisances to all devotees. So personally for me, Prabhuji, today's session is related to cycle of sacrifice. So what we have understood is that everything, it depends on our intention. If we do it for ourself and our pleasure, it is binding for us only in this world in cycle of birth and death. And if we do it for Krishna's pleasure, then it is yagna, it is sacrifice, and we get liberated from this world. So small.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So are you offering food to the Lord every day or you do it by chance someday?
No, every day we offer Prabhuji.
Perfect. Thank you. Wonderful realization. So let me ask Anusha to go next. Anusha, over to you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. So I have a couple of
Thank you.
realizations to share, if I may. So I learned that we should not live under pressure for pleasure, but live for Krishna's pleasure. And I also learned that if what distinguishes a normal person from a devotee is that a devotee offers everything, but a normal person, without offering, he just intakes sin and lives a life that is sinful. So, just like an elevator lifts us effortlessly, association of devotees lifts our consciousness, and we vibrate with bhava and prema, thereby reaching the goal sooner than traversing through all the other rags in the ladder. And unoffered work is something that we should give up, and we should start accepting everything as prasad, and we should come out of this selfish living to and uplift each other by giving and not grabbing. We should always be in the mood of offering, is what today's class taught me very strongly, very deeply. Every act we offer, we become purified, and we should live a life of gratitude. Otherwise, we're just stealing resources from Krishna and we're becoming a thief. Stena evasa, as you had mentioned. We should not live a life of adhayur, a life consumed by sin. We should not live a life which is eaten up by selfishness or pleasure, but you should heartfully aspire to become a selfless person who offers everything for the pleasure of Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Well, very well said. Thank you, Anushaji. Thank you. Yes, Saptadev, over to you.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam and Dandavat Pranam to everyone else. Yeah, as Mataji said, very well said. Actually, the one of the key learnings is that whatever we eat, if we without offering it, we don't eat any sanctified food or prasadam, then it's we are eating our sin only, which is one of the very much very key learning. And that I understood. And I think it's not only related to prasadam. As Mataji said, that everything, whatever we get in life, we should take it as a prasadam. Even if we earn some money and buy a car, we should be always in Krishna consciousness. Let's say if we buy a car or bike, we should think that, okay, I will use it for the purpose of the Lord. I will use it to go to the temple or visiting the dhams, etc. So in our day-to-day life, every object, everything, whatever we do, we should always think about take it as a prasadam and put it in the service of the Lord. And one of the key things that which you have personally said as the essence of Gita that we should learn, that why are we here? We are here for the devotional service for the Lord, to work for Krishna ultimately, this life, so that if we get qualified at the end of the life, then by the mercy of Guru and Gauranga, we'll get to eternally live in his world, serving him for eternity. So these are one of the very important and key lessons which I've learned. And also, yeah, learnings, lessons. And also, I have a small doubt which I want to ask. That is regarding. I have seen sometimes means someone means take food. Let's say someone is traveling, so prasadam he doesn't have, and he's feeling hungry, and he wants to take some food. Let's say some biscuit or cake. So can it be done like that? I mean, means by offering it. Means in mind to the Lord, or chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 2-3 times, 3-4 times, and then having it. Can it be done? Is it the proper way? Can we do it?
Yes,
This is my
Prabhuji.
doubt.
See,
Thank you.
Smaranam is most potent way of worship. So you may not be in the
Okay.
home, you don't have a deity, you don't have an altar, you're not cooking the food,
Yeah.
you're buying something and eating it. But what the Lord wants is bhavagrahi. He says, even before
Mm,
you eat, it may not have been cooked by you, but what you do. Just because it is bought from
mm,
outside, it doesn't mean that
mm,
you don't remember the Lord. You remember Him
mm.
and you say, Oh Lord, I am offering it to you, and then I am eating this Sarviya Prasad. But be
Okay.
careful what you eat. Don't offer goods or eatables which are not recommended for offering as prasad. You cannot say, I will offer
Mm.
non-veg, or you cannot say, I'll offer egg.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you have a
Mm.
cake, you should be careful that it should be without egg.
Yeah, yeah, eggless. Yeah. No,
So that
I'm telling,
much.
let's say, yeah, yeah. Let's say someone is traveling, he's in a tour, and let's say he has to take some food, and he goes to a restaurant, and it's a pure veg restaurant only, no onion, no garlic. And if he goes and eat that outside food, before eating, if he offers to the Lord and prays to the Lord and chant the Maha Mantra 3-4 times, will it be sanctified? Means,
Yes,
is it
it will be
okay?
sanctified because it is the bhava. He
Okay.
is
In
out
the
for
Bhava.
love. He says, Are
Mm,
you going to offer this to me only if you are at home? Or because
mm,
he is not saying, I will not come with you if you go to a restaurant. He is with you all the time. So wherever you are,
okay.
however you are, if you remember him, he loves you. That
Mm,
is the fundamental.
mm. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
And not only that, you also mentioned earlier that, the car it should be considered as the vehicle for the Lord. And we go a step
Mm,
further. I have named my car as Nandi Ghosh because Lord Jagannath
yeah,
travels in that. So I never
it
call it
belongs
a
to
car.
him.
I always call it I am driving my Nandi Ghosh. So even by saying that, you are remembering the part of the Lord because Lord loves his Nandi Ghosh.
Yeah. Yeah, means everything means he is the owner, like the home or the car, anything, and we are just the caretaker. That is the
Exactly.
understanding, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Hare Krishna. Dhanavad.
Hare Krishna. I'm conscious that we have another 2 minutes. If anyone wants to add something, Prabhuji, you want to say something on having food outside?
Yeah, it's a tough call.
Uh,
Mute there. Haribo. It's a tough call because it depends upon individual consciousness and levels also. And at the beginning stage in Krishna consciousness, a lot of allowances are given. And as one advances, for instance, I had asked these questions to my Guru Maharaj because I had a traveling job. I should travel a lot. So my Guru Maharaj gave me permission to eat Jain food on flight. But those were initial days. And as I started progressing and I realized that even though it's Jain food, but it is served in the flight uh, in the same catering, what is that, catering service like opera caterers or whoever it is, where they serve non-veg also and karmi food. So then my inner consciousness told me that even though Guru Maharaj gave me permission, but maybe he gave me permission based on my consciousness at that point of time. So as we purify our consciousness, then we realize that it's better that I take food prepared at home, even if I have to travel. And if that is also not possible, then I started carrying with me electric rice cooker, small electric rice cooker, which is suitable for one person. And uh, and I used to cook whatever local ingredients because we cannot go to restaurants uh, rampantly like that. I mean, because what happens is the food, the ideal, the bottom line, underlying bottom line in Krishna consciousness, food should be cooked with proper consciousness also, should be offered with proper consciousness, should be served with proper consciousness, should be honored with proper consciousness. See, this is a chain actually. So, if the person who is making the food, if in his private life he's eating non-veg, if he's eating or he's drinking, smoking, etc., even though he's working in a vegetarian restaurant joint and is giving you vegetarian food, his consciousness is entering into the food through the medium of fire. That's the underlying principle. Fire is the transmitter. So that consciousness will be, even though you are praying Hare Krishna, to some extent it will be minimized, no doubt, but you are actually voluntarily taking his consciousness also. So that's again at a higher next level. So we have to choose. Do we want to be staying at that in the senior KG, first standard, second standard only, or whether you want to now, say that enough is enough. Now I will not, I've studied trigonometry and all that, so I am a class qualified to be in class 10. So that is how one should do introspection of oneself and self-assessment, and always, try and seek learning from an advanced devotee. What they do, how they do. Do they? I mean, can we think that a sannyasi will eat in a restaurant? Okay, we may not be sannyasi, but sannyasi travels. Brahmachari who's preaching travels. Do you find them going to restaurants or eating in the train compartment and all that? So that's a call. That said, we are all bound by certain, issues surrounding us. So that's why I said, each one has to take a call on what is the right decision. But the least one should do is at least think about vegetarian. I mean, no onion, no garlic, and all those things. And what are basic? We should never compromise. So that's another perspective I'm giving you, in addition to what Prabhuji has already given you. So you can see where you align, and then accordingly, you can take a call. All right.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. So
Thank you so much.
it's always good to know there are different views,
Yeah.
different stages of evolution, development, and we must adopt what is possible. See, it ultimately depending on us. It is as a jiva, we are unique, and there are examples where Rama ate berries which she had tasted. So forget about and offering it with consciousness. He says, I have to taste it to make sure that it is sweet. So that was her bhava. And Rama did not get angry with her. She said, fine. And there is another story of karma bhai. So she offered something which generally is not recommended as per scriptures. But they are all elevated, esteemed devotees. For them, they are at the level of prema. Anything, they treat the Lord as their child or Lord as someone who is there. He loves them and they love him. That's it. So it all depends on what stage you are, where you are. But remember, we must always offer our prayers to the Lord, irrespective of what limitations you have. Don't forget the fundamental. I am in a restaurant, so I don't have to pray today. Fine, forget it. I'll do it when I'm at home. That should not be the attitude. And I am conscious that we are 4 minutes over time. Anusha, a quick uh, this thing from your side.
Prabhuji, I have a question if you have time. Otherwise, I can put it in the group as well.
What do we do, Prabhuji? It is punctuality versus flexibility.
I think we'll take it. It may be a
Okay.
burning
Go
question.
ahead,
That's
man.
why it's raised your hand.
Done. Go ahead.
Prabhuji, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So, in one of your initial slides today, you had mentioned about the extended yoga ladder and the express elevator, wherein we both of them start from the animal life, and here it was, if I remember, Karma Kanda, Sakama Karma Yoga, Nishkama Karma Yoga, wherein we transcend gradually from with selfish desire, no selfish desire, etc. Whereas in the express elevator, you had mentioned that it's just surrender and association of pure devotees, sadhana bhakti and bhava bhakti. So,
Right.
my doubt is when we surrender and associate with devotees as well, there's a mixed array of emotions, and still we are not completely thoroughly purified, right, Prabhuji? We do have certain selfish desires, motives. So, when would it be purified? In the sadhana bhakti or bhava bhakti? Which stage do we undergo the purificatory process? That's my doubt. Because it seems to be overlapping or a bit confusing, or maybe I lack understanding. Hare Krishna.
I'll give you a very holistic answer. See, don't try to split the hair to understand. When we talk about bhava bhakti is something which cannot be described easily because it's your bhava. It is your emotion. If I can love the Lord in my way and the Lord is happy with it, that becomes bhava bhakti. That becomes prema bhakti. What is in my hands is sadhana bhakti. And what does sadhana bhakti tell us is that sincerely try to purify yourself. Try, and after some time, it is like breathing. You won't even know that I am now away from selfish desires. The old monk, he was not really bothered about whether the bowl was there or the bowl was not there. So after some time, you will start feeling that contamination is there or contamination is not there. You are so involved in the process that you have completely surrendered yourself. And the moment you are reaching that stage of surrender, that is bhava. From bhava, it takes the next ladder, and that is prema, where you see the Lord as like you as a child sees its mother or parents. You don't have to teach the child that she is your mother, he is your father. Do you have to teach the child? Can you say that, oh well, when did my child come to know? It will call you maybe in its own sweet language first, and then slowly it will become mother, mom, amma, ai, whatever. So our what is in our hands is sadhana, endeavor. And then the ladder reveals itself as you continue the journey. Previously, chanting 16 rounds used to be like, oh my God, when I will finish it. But today, if you don't start the process of chanting, you feel the day is incomplete. Now, slowly, the ritual has become spiritual. So that is the fine dividing line between sadhana to bhava, where you purify yourself to that level, where you start thinking of the Lord at a different level. So don't be hung up on, oh, am I qualifying for sadhana bhakti? There is no quiz question which will say, now with this Anusha, you have qualified, you are now into bhava bhakti. That doesn't happen. You go and ask Madhvacharya, you go and ask Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, are you now complete? You're satisfied? You are now Mahanubhava, so you will stop praying. No, he says, I will continue to pray till my last breath. What for? They are already in bhava and prema. Process of bhava is to be in process continuous. And no distinctions at that level exist. It is only for us who are sadhana bhaktas. I will point our fingers and say, oh, Anusha, she is such a great devotee. For the Lord, you are a devotee. And I am a devotee. I hope I'm not confusing you further. You're on mute.
Prabhu, your audio is not coming properly. It is maybe the signal is dropping from your side.
I see.
Yeah, now it is it's normal.
Anusha, did you get the answer?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
So don't get too much worked up about these qualifications. For us is, I want to pray and I want to pray with sincerity. And when that becomes sadhana into bhava, it is the Lord will decide. Thank you all. I'm conscious that I don't want to extend a Saturday evening session beyond the appointed timeline of 8:15. So with that, thank you all. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Let's all go back and try to live Gita wisdom. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.